Okay.
But yeah, so my turn. Oh, it's the last one.
Yes, finally. I have to go back to that one.
Okay, so my turn. Disney, no, animated movie.
Ah, shit.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 hints right off the bat, but the second hit's not gonna count to your 3 hints, okay?
Okay.
So the first hint is, it involves spirits. The second hint is, it's in the Guinness Book of World Records for being one of the most critically acclaimed movies. I think critically acclaimed. That or like one of the best animated movies of all time. Or most popular.
Frozen?
No.
Lion King?
No. Let me see what it's actually...
Beauty and the Beast?
Let me see what it's in the book for.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
Nope. Want your second hint now? Because
Sure.
I just thought of a second hint because of what you've been doing.
Oh, wait, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way.
The second hint is, it is not a Disney movie.
Okay. It is not a Disney movie, people.
Ah! It's the first anime film to win an Oscar in the Guinness Book of World Records.
And it's not Disney.
It involves spirits. It's not Disney. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records. You got 1 hint left.
To be honest, I have no idea. It's animated. It's not like. Is it Is it for children?
Yes. And here's a freebie. It's not like it's a Japanese movie where it's like subbed or anything. It is legitimately like you can buy it in English, and I have it on my shelf actually in English.
Oh my gosh!
You did it again.
Thing.
You did it again.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't take these.
Like, it is about Japan, obviously, and it is a Japanese movie, but you can buy it with English audio because it's been translated because it's such a popular, famous movie.
Really?
But it is not made by Disney. Oh! I saw that coming. Don't know if you'll ever guess it, though.
Probably not. Oh my gosh, you saw that too, right?
Yeah. That glitch that saved you.
I probably wouldn't know it, but like...
Disc.
You know what? I don't know. Go for it.
You want to know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's called Spirited Away.
Yeah, I never heard of it, man.
I love that movie, actually.
What's it about?
Spirits.
Well, duh, but like, what is it about?
Okay, there's a like 11 or 12-year-old girl. I don't know her actual age, actually.
Oh, wait, I kind of remember. I think
her parents were all moving, and her parents decided to stop at this tunnel thing that they went through, which brought them to the spirit world. And her parents pigged out on, like, so they stole a bunch of food from spirit beings and became pigs. So she had to work at a bathhouse to pay off her parents' debt, to turn them back into humans.
Huh.
And she's meeting all these, like, otherworldly spirits that are stopping at the bathhouse for a relax, like gods, spirits, souls.
Yeah, for life, I don't know, nothing. I never...
Let me grab the movie and see if it jogs your memory at all. Okay, you're going to the shifting sandlands now, right?
No.
Well, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know it. Oh, really? Was it that good?
Yeah. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Spirited Away. Haha, you liar! Walt Disney Studios.
Was it?
Oh, you liar! And you have the movie!
You still wouldn't have guessed it, though.
Yes, I would have!
We both know that's bullshit. Oh, I didn't think Walt Disney made it because it's, oh god, I forgot the studio name that made it, and everyone else is gonna be pissed now that I did that. They must be owned by Disney then.
That's what you said?
No, like the one that makes, I didn't know Disney owned anything that didn't have the Disney name on it. Let's see.
In the tail end of the Big Bear. Oh.
The production company is Studio Ghibli.
Production.
I said production.
You said production.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. I'm being serious. I wouldn't even lie to you, man.
Let me see.
Oh, shoot. Went the wrong way.
I'm trying to see if it says like the movie was bought by Disney after a certain amount of time. Ahaha! It came out, and then after it came out in Japan and was a big hit, Disney invested 10% of the cost to have it American distribution.
Man, everything that Disney has is like, they just take it, like, you get what I mean, right? They just take different ideas from
everyone and then just kind of pay them off to use their idea.
Yes, they got no originality like this. Yeah, it sucks, man.
Well, they do have a lot of originality.
Tell me one. Okay, tell me a few because you're
all of their Disney movies from like the 1990s is kind of like look at The Little Mermaid.
I feel like there's something behind it. Like there's an actual story out there before The Little Mermaid. Like it was like
that can be said about anything. Star Wars.
What about Star Wars?
These people are like sorcerers in space. That's all it is. He took space, gave guys powers that like let them use magic basically, and gave them cool swords.
What's your point, man?
Like, I love Star Wars, but I'm saying, like, basically you just take something. Like, look at Pokemon, one of the most famous games of all time. And all they did was take real creatures and add fantasy appeal to them.
Huh.
Look at Robin Hood. That movie's been done to death.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they just took a kind of, like, realish story and everyone keeps adding different fantasy appeals to it to make it their own. Like, everyone does it. Look at Mario.
What's wrong, Mario? You got a problem, Mario?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
you got a problem, Mario?
Yeah, I do.
Huh?
Fucking Mario.
Huh?
Fucking Mario. Look at him. Actually, to be honest, I don't know anything that I could say Mario relates to. Yeah, I forgot about that thing. What are you after this time?
I have to go to the top, I think.
Oh yeah, the top of the pyramid. Stop! Oh, you should have butt jumped right there.
No, we're slid.
No, you went up. You were right over the perfect landing part.
That's right. Boom.
You hit the top. And I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say after that. Yeah, like you can't just be like, oh well, they took Native Americans and made Pocahontas out of it.
No, but there is an actual story behind it. Like apparently there was like, it was an actual like real story to it. Like it wasn't.
And what about Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty, you were the one that told me that it was I think it was you actually. It was like the something brothers that made the book and then
oh, the Brothers Grimm?
Yeah, the Brothers Grimm and what happened, like Sleeping Beauty was raped or something like that and all that.
Oh yeah, she was raped in her sleep.
And it's funny apparently.
It's just funny because like you watch this movie as like a kid and then like you find out the like
the real story to it. Yeah.
But that's not what I was telling you about. Not like that. I didn't say that the Brothers Grimm were the real version. I was saying like the real version of things are a lot more grim than you might think because like the song Three Blind Mice is about the Bloody Queen Mary like mutilating and torturing people. Humpty Dumpty was also kind of like about that kind of same thing.
Jeez, man. You see, like they take little things and they make it into like a little better picture. You get what I mean? There was a faster way of getting up to the top.
Nursery rhymes especially are all about like horrible, horrible things. Like you know the song "Ring Around the Rosie"?
Yeah.
You know what song? You know what that's about?
What is it about, sir? What is it about?
Like a plague of death.
Well, that's interesting.
The rosies are from like when you get a pocket full of posies is because
Rosies or posies?
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Like, posies would come out of the pockets of the dead people because they put seeds in their pockets when they buried them.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like all the people that died from like the plague had the posies in their pockets, and the graveyards would be full of posies. So you'd go ring around the rosy because of the pockets full of posies. And then like when they go husha husha, they all fall down is because they died. It's true.
Wow.
I'm gonna look up other horrible nursery rhymes that like.
You're ruining my childhood.
Probably. I'm ruining a lot of people's childhood. Santa's not real! Oh no, was that a spoiler alert? Okay. Nursery rhymes, real meanings. The dark origins of 11 classic nursery rhymes. Okay. Baba Black Sheep. Though most scholars agree that Baba Black Sheep is about the Great Custom, a tax on wool that was introduced in 1275, the use of the color black and the word master led some to wonder whether there was a racial message at its center. Its political corrections was called into question yet again in the latter part of the 20th century, with some schools banning it from being repeated in classrooms and others simply switching out the word black for something deemed less offensive. 2011, News.com reported of the proliferation of Baba rainbow sheep as an alternative, but gays declined this. Goosey Goosey Gander. Do you know that one?
No, do you know?
It's hard to imagine that the rhyme with the phrase goosey goosey in its title could be described as anything but feel good, but it's actually a tale of religious persecution. During the days when Catholic priests would hide themselves in order to say their Latin-based prayers, a major no-no at the time, not even in the privacy of one's own home. In the original version, the narrator comes upon an old man who wouldn't say his prayers, so I took him by his left leg and threw him down the stairs.
Jeez.
Jack and Jill. Admit it, you fooled around with the lyrics to Jack and Jill a bit yourself when you were younger, turning what you thought was an innocent poem into something a little bit naughty. But the origins aren't as clean-cut as you probably imagined. One of the most common theories surrounding the story's origin is that it's about France Louise... I hate Roman numerals. XVI, that's 16?
XVI. Forget it, I don't know.
I think that's 16. France, like, X is 10, V is 5, and I is 1. So 10, 5, 1, 16, right? Anyways, and his wife Marie Antoinette, who were both found guilty of treason and subsequently beheaded. The only problem is that those events occurred nearly 30 years after Jack and Jill was first written. The more likely possibility is that it's an account of King Charles I's attempt to reform the tax on liquid measures. When Parliament rejected his suggestion, he instead made sure that the volume was reduced on half and quarter pints, known as Jacks and Gills. That one doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't.
London Bridge is falling down. Okay. London Bridge is falling down could be about the 1014 year Viking attack, child sacrifice. But the most popular theory seems to be that the first one, more specifically the alleged destruction of London Bridge at the hands of Olaf II of Norway, sometime in the early thousands, allegedly because some historians don't believe that attack ever took place. The song's popularity around the world is often cited as further proof that it was the Vikings who created it, believing that they brought the tune to many places they traveled. Okay. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Wish, cockle shell, and silver bells, and pretty maids all in a row. Contrary is one way to describe a murderous psychopath in Old English.
Wait, what was that one?
This is called Mary, Mary, quite contrary. It goes, Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With cockle shells and silver bells and pretty maids all in a row. And it says, contrary is one way to describe a murderous psychopath in Old English. This popular English nursery rhyme, which reads like a solicitation for gardening advice, is actually a recounting of the homicidal nature of Queen Mary I of England, aka Bloody Mary. Fierce believer in Catholicism, her reign as queen from 1553 to 1558, that's 5 years, was marked by the execution of hundreds of Protestants. I don't know how I pronounce that word properly. Protestant? Silver bells and cockle shells are torture devices. Three Blind Mice is supposedly yet another ode to Bloody Mary's reign, when the trio in question, believed to be a group of Protestant bishops, Hugh Latimer, Nicholas Radley, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer, who unsuccessfully conspired to overthrow the Queen and were burned at the stake for their heresy. Critics suggest that the blindness in the title refers to their religious beliefs. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. No, there's nothing particularly inflammatory about the lines eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his toe, but there is when you consider that the word tiger is a relatively new development in the counting rhyme as a replacement for the N-word. Even with the lyrical switch-out, any reference to the poem still has the ability to offend. In 2004, 2 passengers sued Southwest Airlines was for intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress as well, following an incident where a flight attendant, that'd be awesome, used the rhyme in a humorous fashion during takeoff when she told passengers, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, please sit down, it's time to go. The court sided with the airline.
Really? Like, someone took offense over that, huh?
Basically because apparently it's a racial song.
Huh.
Here we go around the mulberry bush. You know
I don't know that one.
All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel.
Oh, okay.
The monkey thought it was all for fun. Pop goes the weasel. Yeah. Is often sung as part of a children's game, according to historian Duncan, R.S. Duncan, a former governor of England's Wakefield prison. Are you not doing anything?
I don't know what to do. Look. I stood on all 4 already.
Don't you do a ground pound?
That's what I did, but it didn't work.
Do it.
Look.
Do a bigger one. You must have missed one.
Well, I did it and then I died, and then I did it again, and like...
It's okay, you can fly. Anyway, so, the song originated with the 420-year-old institution's female prisoners who were exercised around a mulberry tree.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And Rockabye Baby, you know that one? Like Rockabye Baby on a treetop. One interpretation of this famous lullaby is that it is about the son of King James II of England and Mary of Modena. It is widely believed that the boy was not their son at all, but a child who was brought into the birthing room and passed off as their own in order to ensure a Roman Catholic heir to the throne. And Ring Around the Rosie is number 10. Let's see. Ring Around the Rosie is probably the most infamous. Through its lyrics and even its title have gone through some changes over the years. The most popular contention is that the song verse refers to the 1665 Great Plague of London. The rosy is the rash that covered the afflicted. The smell from which they attempted to cover up with a pocket full of posies so that the smell would. Mm-hmm. The plague killed nearly 15% of the country's population, which makes the final verse, ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Well, what is it? Like, what did they change it to?
I always thought it was like, husha, husha, we all fall down. Because if you ever... I remember in school, like, when I was young, like, grade 2, I was in Catholic school. I got expelled from Catholic school.
Why?
I don't actually fully remember why. My parents say it's because my sister and brother were attending public school. And, like, the school wasn't happy that I was the only one out of the 3 of my family that was in Catholic school still. So I wasn't allowed to attend. That's what my parents tell me. But the thing is, though...
What the hell, man? Now it works?
Yeah. Anyways. But it was actually on the same day that, like, I was digging through the snow and I had, like, a big chunk of ice and I just tossed it behind me without looking and it nailed a kid in the head and snapped his nose. Like, literally his nose was broken. Blood was everywhere.
Oh, man.
I remember it, like, very vividly. And, it was, like, on the same day that I was expelled was when I did that. Like, 2 hours later after he went and told the teachers on me. So I thought it was because of that, but my parents go, no, it's because your sister and brother kept wanted to go to public school instead of Catholic school.
What do you believe?
I still believe it's because I broke a kid's nose. You have to punch the eyes when they come at you.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what I remember. But I thought though, like, I was wrong when I said the Rosies were posies were from when they would keep seeds in their pockets after they died. It was actually for the smell from the rash that they would get, which is the rosy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, what do you think now about your nursery rhymes?
I knew they were bad. Like, I mean, I just like didn't know the truth behind it.
And I don't remember if it's if Brothers Grimm are the true stories, or if they're like the more realistic version.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which.